Oh, welcome back everyone to an afternoon stream of Farming Sim. Oh, it's been freaking chaos. I say that because it's been chaos. Literally been chaos. Sharif been chaos. Oh, my epic woes of figuring out my truck. So, in the end, if you've missed any of this, I will say this right up front and honest that Saturday night I blew a tire on my work truck. I mean, this is not good. This is kind of one of those things of holy crap, I can't believe I screwed this up somehow. So yeah, I blew a tire on my work truck. So I was supposed to leave Monday to go down to do a job. Obviously that didn't happen because I had to bring my truck in and see if I can get the tire fixed. The tire was so badly shredded that there was no hope of fixing it. And then we started looking into it, and my mechanics are fantastic, by the way. We're friends. We've been good friends for better part of 20 years, right? So it's not like it's out of context, you could say, for us to be like, not friends or whatnot like that. Oh, crap. I realized something. Minimize you. Minimize you. When Opera decides to fix itself, geez, I've had so many problems with Opera lately. I don't know what's going on with it. And no, I'm not streaming on a Mac. This is actually Opera GX that I'm using, but it's been a pile of crap as well. Plunk. Because we're no longer playing Assassin's Creed. Oh, that's just wrong. All right. There we go. We got her fixed. So yeah, going back to my my lovely truck woes. My mechanics decided, well, since you blew the tire, it went down in less than 10 seconds. The rim was sitting on the ground. What kind of ground were you sitting on? And I told them flat out that it was sort of the ditch gravel area. They went, oh crap. So they checked my brakes, found out that the brake shield was bent into the rim, so we removed that, we fixed that last night. He adjusted the calipers anyways, so that's all good. Rotor was fine. Mind you, the rotors on that thing are like 200 frickin' pounds of solid steel, so, I mean, an earthquake would have to go off for that thing to bust. I shouldn't say that, because that'd be the time that something freaking weird happens to it. But besides that, I'm just getting things ready to go here. Besides that, my tire was delayed yesterday, and it's here today at some point, so my truck's in the shop getting ready to go. So I limped it in, got a ride back, and I'm getting a ride back in town in like 4 hours. And yeah, they close at 5. I get that, but they're friends of mine. Like I said, it's not an issue with them. They just basically say, yeah, okay, whatever. We'll get it right for you. Now the tire company, basically being a pile of shit. They said that no, they don't back up their tires with anything that's an off-road tire. So the explosion and the chunk of steel that ripped it apart is not covered under warranty. But my mechanics, on the other hand, the only thing I have to pay for is the tire. So that's a huge bonus. Yeah, that worked out great. I only have to pay for the tire, which I mean sucks in the end. It's still a $390 tire. But they're not charging for rotation or for balancing or for anything else, even the time to do it, right? Even the brake shield and the adjustment on the caliper, that was all, they covered all of that, so there's no outstanding cost, which is freaking amazing. I mean, it's good to have good friends. I mean, they'd probably say the same thing about me, because they're probably going, well, he did come and help us move the shop. He did help us rewire the lights. He did help us put up all the shelving. So yeah, no, it's kind of one of those mutual beneficial things. We work together as a group. It's no different than actually all of us tradesmen. We all tend to try and help each other out and work with each other, because at the end of the day, it works much better having good guys around you. So, I mean, it sucks. I will be going down. Hopefully, I'm gonna find some wood to knock on. That looks like some good solid wood to knock on, and say that yes, I will be leaving Monday. And time to return probably in 2 or 3 days. I don't expect to be down there very long. We have a bunch of stuff to do, get done, all that fine jazz, and then we're head back. And I hope this is the last time we have to go down there. At least for a while. It is a bit of an expensive hoop-de-hoop. So yeah, I hope everything is done, good, and gone this trip. Hey! Emilian, thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. I'm doing actually, well, other than waiting for my truck to get done, I'm doing not too bad. I mean, that was one heck of an explosion. My right ear is still ringing. You never expect your tire to go kaboom and lose off. Well, those things have 80 pounds of pressure in them. I lost all of it in 10 seconds. So I figured, well, since I didn't want to start anything work-related, because I need my work truck to be able to do all the work-related stuff, I might as well play some games. Especially since this is a weird concept to say, I'm actually caught up on all my estimates, I'm caught up on all the invoicing, and I'm caught up on all my ledger inputs. This is just weird. I've never caught up on my ledger inputs. All my receipts usually are in a stack till frickin' tax season. Nope, got them all done, got them filed and nice and neat. It's weird. Well, stream's actually going pretty good, and I am streaming in 2 locations. I'm streaming here in Kick, and I'm also streaming over on the YouTube side. And the link should be in the description somewhere there. I just do this as a hobby to distract my brain from work reality. I mean, when you normally are used to working 10 hours, 12 hours a day in construction, and then all of a sudden you're coming home, it's like, what do I do? Do I just lay on the couch? No, actually use your brain for something industrious, like pointless activities like combining. Which reminds me, if it wasn't raining right now, I'd probably be in a combine. I usually don't, at this time of season, I don't usually sit around very long. It's like, yep, in the combine, let's go. Sometimes I get home from work and go right out in the field. And sad truth is, I'm not a farmer. It's just that I know how to run them. And speaking of which, I am working on my second round in the game. I'm really actually curious about these air bars. I've never actually used them in real life, and nor has anyone around here, so I don't know how they actually work. I'm assuming they work pretty good, but I don't know. I really don't know. I'm kind of intrigued, because when you think about it, it's just a standard little blower off the side, right? So it's not a whole lot of air pressure, but in theory, I see how they would work. Basically, the bar blows the air and hits the heads of the grains and pushes them into the sickles, and then makes it easier to cut. And I'm assuming you have a higher recovery rate, I think. I don't use much for artwork. I do my own stuff when I have a chance, but I don't usually have that much of a chance. I mean, I do have graphic artists with the business side that I could extrapolate and move over to do stuff, I guess. I forget that I have them. They're the same ones that do all my advertising too. Which actually worked out in the end because I'm the one who did all of the renovations on their houses, so I mean, I don't pay for my advertising, nor do I pay for my artwork, only because, well, I renovated their houses. I get free stuff. It's the one benefit of doing construction for 20 years is sooner or later you do get benefits. Oh yeah, and this is definitely the life. 2:30 in the afternoon, cracked my first beer, playing some video games. Yeah, this is. I mean, I'd rather be on the job, but I can't complain. Do you really? Yeah, follow me on X, and we might be in contact. Because I mean, I always do try to also help out the smaller guys and try to give everyone a chance on stuff. My actual profile I hand drew, like, I mean, years ago. I did that one probably. I gotta remember when I graduated. Okay, I started a business then. It was the early 2000s sometime. How can I forget when I graduated high school? Huh. I might actually have to look behind me. When the hell did I graduate? I've got like 2001, 2002 books. So obviously I was still in high school by then. I would say it's probably 2003, 2004, somewhere around there. Anyways. Good memory. Well, not that I've paid attention much. Most people went to like university, got college degrees. Some did this, some did that. There's me. Yep, I will follow you back as soon as I'm done the stream and I don't have to alt tab out of a million tabs. Like, I usually have about 30 tabs open. Good thing I didn't drive over most of my crop, eh? Which one is it? I've got too much crap. This one. Ha. Why do I have the auger out? I don't need the auger out. I'm also gonna have to do some trucking pretty soon. Grain cart's getting full. Most of my stuff is Viking oriented. Being I'm Scandinavian by blood, I've actually connected to a lot of my original family. I'm third generation Canadian, but I've went back to the Scandinavian roots quite a bit. As a family, we've actually did all of the history ourselves, and we've actually got it all the way back to the 1466, I think it was. Which we uncovered a lot of interesting things about our family. Including, at some point in time in the 1500s, we got a coat of arms. Apparently we were in the military, but I always thought we were fishermen. I guess we know how to row a boat. I mean, my carpentry and my construction makes complete sense. And I enjoy woodworking. I've made some pretty interesting things over the years. I've done my own cabinetry, my own furniture building, custom mantles. I actually built a house by myself one year. Slight glitch. It'll come back. The fact that I'm sending off an estimate in the background probably has something to do with it. I mean, it's an entire project that I'm sending off. That one is actually for complete house rebuild, actually. So sending off all the plans and everything to my engineer to certify, and then off it goes. Do my own blueprints too. Did I have... I must have, because I swear I put the pipe out, but maybe I put the pipe in. I think I put the pipe in. Because I drove around the field with it out. It's just like real life. How many times I've driven with that damn thing out. Never once have I hit a tree, so that's a positive. I mean, never hit anything with it. My cousin, on the other hand, spraying the field one time, his wife, he basically got out because he had to quickly go get something, and he let his wife run it, and she promptly wrapped the one boom around a telephone pole. I got the call on that one. I also got the call from the same cousin that it was hired a kid to go out and harrow his field, and I had to go save the kid because he wrapped his harrows around the fence. I never told him till afterwards. It was basically like, okay, I'm going to let the kid explain this one what the heck he did wrong. And I, meanwhile, just cut the header out and made sure he got on his way. Apparently, as the story goes, he was looking at his phone, and because he was doing the first round in on standby and not using the GPS, yeah, he got a little close. It wasn't until afterwards that, yeah, cousin fired him because he lied to him and said, I don't know what happened. I didn't think I had anything. Don't know what you're talking about. That's the worst thing you can ever say. So yeah, he got fired. And I went to my cousin afterwards and went, so, just, because it was a few days after. So did, who's it, come over and talk to you? And he says, what do you mean? And I said, well, I didn't want to say anything because I wanted him to explain it, what happened. But who's it, wrapped your harrows around, Jack's old frickin' fence? And he goes, oh, that's what happened. And I went, he didn't tell you? And he goes, no. I went, okay, this is the first you're hearing of it? And he goes, yeah. I went, well, what was his story? That he didn't know that he hit anything. I went, how could you not tell? I said, he got out and was sort of freaking out, trying to figure out how to get the harrows out. And I came over with my angle grinder and cut him out. And I said, yeah, it's some of the things, like I said, that whole rack on that far side is basically bent and twisted. I said, it needs to be fixed. I said, I sent him home with the frickin' arrows. He never finished. I finished, though. After Cuz got the arrows all welded back up and fixed, I went out and finished the field for him. I felt kind of bad. And he goes, you know, you just can't find good help these days. I went, no, you can't. And I did it at boat. Well, let's see, I did. That was 3 years ago. So I got home about 10 o'clock, went down to his place after I had food, so it was probably about 11 by the time I got there. Got the tractor, went out, harrowed in the night, got back, got finished about 4 o'clock, went to bed, woke up at about 7, back to work. Oh, I don't even know how many times I've done that. There was 1 year we got really lucky. This is probably 15, almost, but actually could be closer to 20 years ago. We're out, where the hell were we? Not near the area, we were out a ways. And we were combining, and it never got tough. Anyone that's ever combined and worked in the fields knows what toughness is. It's basically when it gets damp outside, the field gets tough and it gets really hard to cut. And it gums up your shoots, right? It never did. We pulled an all-nighter. We pulled an all-day and an all-nighter because it never got tough. And it was like, we've got rain coming in like a day, maybe day and a half, and we've got like 500 acres to take off. So, yeah, we pulled a 24-hour clock, and just as we were finishing up, it started to rain. And it rained for like a week, so we were really happy we got it off. But I tell you, nobody knows a damn thing about farming until you started working in, in that kind of... anything more than about 10, 12 hours in a combine, you know how hard it is. All of a sudden, it's starting to kick your ass, and you're going, holy crap, I don't know if I can stay awake. Yeah, we did. Me, cousin, and his friend, we stayed out there for 24 hours straight. The drive home was interesting. I probably should have just stopped on the side of the road and had a power nap, but nope, I didn't. I kept going. I powered through the entire way home, and basically once I got there, had another quick bite to eat and passed out. I think I woke up like 9 hours later going, oh, alright, time to go again. Nope, it's raining. Yeah, it rained for about a week that year. Right after that, we still had combining to do, but we got the 500 acres of malt barley off, and it was like, yeah, that's the cash crop, but we got it off. Cool, we did it in time. That was a struggle that year. This year, I'm not really sure. Now we're kind of in the rain, and crops are ready, and that's unusual. I mean, the heat really turned them this year, and I don't know how much is out there. One of the telltale signs that we always say is if we have a heavy rain, like a thunderstorm or something, come through. If it lodges, you know you got a good crop. It sucks that it lodged because it's pain in the ass to combine. But on the plus side, if it does lodge, you know the heads are heavy. We had one well, you guys know, Monday night. I was trying to stream Assassin's Creed, and that storm came through. Even posted a video on X with that, and yeah. That was kind of a nasty storm out to the east, and drove out there to get my truck looked at, and drove through that country, and yep, not a crop laying down. So I'm going, that's not good. I'm questioning that one quite severely. I'm definitely questioning that one, because there should be a lot more damage than what was there, because I know how heavy that was. And one buddy that lives right in that pathway that happened, he said that he got about 1.25 inches rain in about a half hour. So it came down pretty heavy, and none of the crops are damaged. So you're looking at it going, yeah. I know I've talked to a few people that did manage to get the peas off so far. 2 of them said the peas were about 40%, 50% damaged from hail, so that's not good. But they're only running about 35, 40. That's light. That is definitely light. I mean, we shouldn't really complain, and I say that because we've had a lot of good years. Did I have the pipe out again? Nope. I need to go find my other. Yeah, he's pretty much full. I need to haul some beans. Yeah, we've had a lot of good years, like last year. I don't know what the barley's going to run this year, but I know what it ran last year. It was one of the highest qualities you could get, and we're getting 140 an acre, which was insanity. So I don't know what it's going to get this year, but I mean, like everyone's talked about so far, it's like, you know what, screw it, we'll combine it, we'll see what goes in the bin, and we're not going to complain about it, because next year could be a complete opposite again. We could have a fantastic year, high grades, everything. You just don't know. I want to say good things, but you just really don't frickin' know. Everyone always goes, yeah, gambling is the main problem. Have you ever tried farming? Yeah, you want to know the biggest gamble in life? Become a farmer. Roll the dice, see what Mother Nature throws at you. It's not like it's cheap either. Like a good quarter section. Probably right now with the cost of the seed, depending on what seed you put in, and your fertilizers. Also depends on what condition your ground is in. Depends on what fertilizer you use and stuff like that. But I think the average was 164,000 a quarter. So yeah, you gotta have a decent crop to pay the bill. Not to mention the other side to that is your sheer cost of fuel. And here's the little kicker: being in Canada, what a lot of people go is, oh, the carbon tax, right? Now we're getting onto this subject. Oh yeah, well they're exempt. No, not entirely. Now I gotta Alt C. Nope, that's that one. Okay, there we go. No, when I had the rude awakening from my cousin. He was the one that told me about this, saying, okay, so here's the thing. Yes, we're exempt on all purple farm fuels, but new equipment can't run purple. The dyes destroy the floats and injectors. I went, oh, well, that's nice. Good to know. It's a good thing. That's a fun little tidbit. We'll just stay in the field and just run her down. Yeah, so they can't use purple fuels. They have to use clear fuels. And guess what? The tax is on the clear fuels. So that's a nice bill. Not to mention, and then the other flip side to this is you also have to pay if you have something called a grain dryer, which, because it's been raining a lot, if you do get your crop off, you are guaranteed to be drying your grain. You really do, because the peas were taken off, and that was at 16%, I think they were saying, which is a bit moist. It was a little bit too moist. So yeah, they really did take it off pretty wet. And the peas, I guess they're drying them too. Oh yeah, I hear the phone ringing. That's nice. Am I going to get it? No. There's no way I can get down the stairs fast enough to deal with it anyway, so it's not like this is a standard house. I'm in my great-grandfather's house. 10-foot ceilings, you know damn well the stairs are longer than normal. And I'm a big guy. I don't go downstairs quick. Well, I can, but it's generally not a good thing. Today we're going down head first. Woohoo! Yeah, I don't know what happened with me, but I mean, Dad's a pretty big guy. Mom is tiny. Like, tiny. Like, I don't even know 90 pounds, 5'1" tiny. But meanwhile, the kid is like 6'5" and about 250 pounds. And I'm actually not that fat. Like, yeah, I got a little bit of a beer gut, but I mean, I like my beer. But I am built like my ancestors. I am thick and strong. A little bit more. There we go. Like, for me, it's nothing if I need to pick up a 300-pound object. It's like, okay, where do you want it to go? Not an issue. Do I need to... Well, my job is something else. Like, anywhere from hauling drywall to hauling vinyl floors to shingles. Bundles of shingles. Holy crap, those things are heavy. Especially if you're using the double lam hurricanes. Those things are... I think they're about 120 a bundle. And no, I don't carry one bundle at a time. That's just insanity. I usually try and do 2, maybe 3 bundles, depending on what I'm doing. If I'm just on the roof moving, I'll just do 3. If I'm trying to haul them up a ladder, well, here's the thing. From experience, I've learned this one. Just because you can haul them up easily doesn't mean you should. And I say that because there's a thing called weight restrictions on your ladders. And have I folded an aluminum ladder in half before? Yes, I have. More times than I want to shake a stick at. Like, yeah, I've absolutely 100% totaled a ladder once. Mind you, that wasn't bundles of shingles, that was sheathing. So when we're doing the roof, when I first started, what we used to do is we used to use these ladders, and they're extension ladders, but they're 26 footers. And they had this little wheel on the top, right? These wheels were fantastic. We came up with a brilliant solution with it. So we have something else called roof jacks. So basically they're like a little loop that you put in the rungs of your ladder, and it offsets it, so it's your ladder's sitting on the roof line instead of your eaves trough or something like that, which is great, because especially when you're hauling up really freaking heavy loads. Alright, so we're at the point we're not doing eaves trough, obviously, but we're starting to sheathe the roof. Okay, cool. So we're starting with this project, and it's like, okay, so what we usually do is, what I usually do, because we're using 7/16 tongue and groove for our roofs. It's overkill, but we did it anyways, because at the time 7/16 OSB tongue and groove was like $9 a sheet. It was cheap, so it's like, yeah, okay, we'll overbuild it. I usually typically hold up 2 sheets at a time, so I'd put the sheets up against the ladder, I'd pick them up from the bottom, and I'd slide them up as I walked up the ladder. And once you get to the wheel, it off kicks it a little bit, so you get a little bit more weight on yourself. That's not bad. And then basically, as you walk up, you kick them up onto the roof and onto the rafters, and the little wheel and the rungs hold them up, so you can basically stack them. Okay, well, I got the bright idea as a young pup that I'd get the ingenious plan that, okie dokie, I can easily do this. I should be able to do 3 or 4 sheets. Right, okay, I was lighter back then, and when I was first doing it, I was still growing, so I wasn't like 6'5" then. I was maybe like 5'10", 5'11", and probably about 180 pounds then. Decided, okay, screw this, I'm doing 4 sheets at a time. It'll just be quicker. That means I have less trips go up and down the ladder, because, I don't do on ladders well, so I went, okay, I'm doing 4. This will be quicker, easier, get her done, we'll be good. So that's exactly what I do. I just, all of a sudden, whoopsie doopsie, up I go. Well, the first trip was fine. I managed to do it, got it up there. It was a little bit more of a struggle getting him up and over, but whatever. I only have to do about 20 more trips instead of doing 40. This is going to work. Okay. Well, as I'm doing it, was the precise moment the boss showed up. The actual boss. So yeah, I show up, and it did shut off. And he shows up, and as I'm walking up the ladder with it, I get about 2/3 of the way up there with my lovely ladder idea, and I split the ladder in half all the way down. I came down with the sheets in that, and somehow, some way, I managed to turn the sheets off to the side, and they all came down off the side, so they didn't land on me. Somehow I managed to do that. To this day, I still don't really understand how I managed to turn them and not get creamed by these damn things. But In the moment, it's everything happens in slow moment when you're coming down to earth on a slippery slope. Yep, I really did get close on that one. All right, move away a little bit. There we go. So, yep, split the ladder in half. My boss didn't give two flying craps about the ladder. The first thing he did was come collect me and said, okay, we're going to the hospital. I got up like nothing happened. Freaking moron that I was. And as a kid, you don't really freaking realize it. You basically just walk it off like, yep, that happened. I'm good. Yeah, no. Nowadays, no. No, I've learned my lesson now. But back then, it was like, yeah, no, I'm walking this off. Nothing happened. I'm good. Boss went, get in my vehicle, let's go. I went to the hospital and the nurse goes, so like, what happened? But, well, I got the bright idea that I was going to double the amount of material I could move onto the roof, and I did it. First time was fine, a little heavy, but it was fine. I still got all that up there. Next one, I got 2/3 of the way up when the rung decided to come out of the rung sides, and I started splitting the ladder in half. They went, yeah, okay, we'll check you out. And they did. They checked every part of me out and found out I didn't have a concussion. I didn't really injure myself at the time, I thought. Everything checked out, and I was good to go. It's like, yeah, okay, back to work we go. Wasn't until about 4 years later that I couldn't walk anymore that I realized that, maybe, just maybe, I might have done a little bit more damage to myself than I originally thought. As it turns out that I shattered my kneecap to the point where it didn't heal. Like, all the meniscus underneath was shredded. I had massive scars or cuts on the inside of my freaking kneecap. And, yeah, I was not in good shape. And it took like 3 years for it to get corrected. And I tell you, having titanium in your body, anyone that has titanium will probably agree with this. You really do notice when it gets cold out. It doesn't hurt. Like, pain is not a thing that is an issue. Not at all. My biggest issue, actually, in the end, kind of turned out to be more or less that every time it gets cold out, I get stiff. And it's like, okay, well, I guess I'm just a little stiff, that's all. And when I think about when that was, because I was still in high school when that happened. I was about 21 when it got fixed. Fuck, that's a lot of years ago now, too. That's why a lot of people, when they go, oh, you're a streamer, yay! How old are you? Like 18, 19? I wish. Oh, those days are way behind me. No, I find that streaming for me is a good release. To me, it actually helps me. Well, I could probably go from this end, couldn't I? It helps me unwind from a day's work and unload on stress. And it seems to work. Like, I mean, it's an added bonus that I provide content for other people, and it's also a good chance to talk to other people. And I actually, over time, I found that I actually end up helping a lot of people, and in the ways of the weirding way. No, I tend to help a lot of people in either confronting their demons or just general life experiences. Don't do the stupid shit that I did, alright? I know the stupid shit didn't work. I have the scars to prove it. But if I can prevent anyone from doing the stupid crap I did, I mean, that's a win. I actually might do another round down on either end, just to make it a little bit easier. I mean, I can't complain. I worked my ass off for what I have. And for the most part, life's been pretty good. I know a lot of people always say this, the same cliche, and that's along the lines of, would you go back and change anything? And simple answer is no. And a lot of people actually taken back by it, going, well, what do you mean no? Wouldn't you want to change things? Like, if you had the same knowledge and you went back in time, would you change it? No. And simply put, and here's my logic behind it, is I don't want to change any part of my past life because I made a lot of mistakes. And I believe I've learned from my mistakes. If I never made those mistakes, I'm doomed to repeat them later in life. And believe me, making the mistakes when you're younger has a whole lot less consequences than when you're older. I honestly do believe that to be true. Okay, I gotta change my camera around here again. Yeah, I can do it like this. The only thing that this game doesn't have is the weird sounds that John Deere X9 1100 makes. Like when you take it out of frickin' drive and you're turning around, you should have the wop wop. Or the wop wop. It makes all sorts of weird sounds all the time. This game does not have them. Or the me, and you think it's backup alarm, but nope, it's actually your hopper's full. Even though you actually have a hopper reader right there that says what percentage you roughly are. No, the alarm tells you. Or the strobe lights on your roof tell you that too. As I'm going. I think I'm full. Now, have I ever actually screwed up a piece of equipment? Yes. Yes. Unfortunately so. I rolled the steering tire from a combine off. And you're probably wondering how you managed to do that. I was going partially down a hill and I was moving a little bit too fast, and I happened to, whether or not this is necessarily my problem or the problem that there was a deadhead hiding in the frickin' hill, i.e. big rock, and I hit the said rock and it rolled the tire off the rim. Bent the rim too. And actually cousin was even upset by it. He goes, oh, no problem, we'll fix it right away. And I said, well, I feel bad about it. And he says, no, hey, it happens. Could be a lot worse. You could have rolled the combine. Okay, fair enough. Not going to push that envelope. Nope. No, we're good on that. And he says, yeah, technically you could have rolled the combine, so I mean, just rolling the tire off, your steering tire off, yeah, you're fine. Don't worry about it. And I'm going, okay, well, at least he's fine. Yeah, did some sketchy shit with a jackal and a rim. I'd never condone anyone to try that because that was sketchy. It only slipped off a couple times. And we used the ball jack to fit with a sledgehammer as a finishing touch because we didn't have a ball peen. We did have a propane tank. We did put about 10 pounds of propane in the tire and let the match, and somehow it beaded it. And we just pumped some air into it, and bibbidi bobbidi boop, we were back in business. And I mean, we were back in business. It was just like, okay, within an hour and a half, we were back combining again. Of course, this is the same cousin that showed me my 12 amp hour batteries from Milwaukee can jump start any vehicle so long as you have a couple metal knives. That one took me for a loop. I didn't know you could do that. But you can. Boy, can you. As long as you have the negative on the negative and the positive on the positive, you can jumpstart anything. We jumpstarted his Draco, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was the busted Doosan. That battery went dead on it. Stupid thing. And yeah, we bridged the connection with the battery, and that little 12 amp hour battery stores that freaking Doosan. And I'm looking at this going, well, that's a new one. I've never seen that before. Oh yeah, your 12 amp hour batteries can jumpstart any vehicle. You just need a couple metal knives bent or a couple screwdrivers bent across the post, and away you go. It says, well, at least you hope it'll start, because you only have like 1 or 2 tries before the battery's dead. Going, okay, Milwaukee Tools. You get a lot more bang for your buck, apparently. I've had Milwaukee Tools for years. I started with DeWalt. And everyone goes, well, why would you go to Milwaukee? Well, there's a story behind that. So, I wasn't going to buy Milwaukee Tools. I still had my DeWalt set. My DeWalt set, although it was getting kind of funky, I mean, the chuck on the frickin' cordless was somewhat wobbly. You could basically drill around corners with it. No, you couldn't, but you get the example I'm trying to prove. But Milwaukee Tools. So this company that doesn't exist anymore, it was out of Ontario, had this tool set on sale, and it was the Milwaukee Tools. It was a 15-piece set, and I went, oh wow, that's pretty freaking cool. It was dirt cheap too. It was like $1,500, and I was going, I mean, 15-piece tool, that's like $100 a tool, and even back then they were $200-300 a tool, and it's like, holy crap. So I phoned my uncle and said, hey, what do you know about Milwaukee Tools? And he goes, oh, they're fantastic tools, they're just really expensive. Why, what's wrong with your DeWalt set? And I said, well, DeWalt set is starting to wear out, and I mean, DeWalt's only ever given me like 3 years warranty on stuff, so I mean, I just wanted some information on this Milwaukee set. And he says, well, they're really expensive, but they're really good tools, good warranty. And he gave me a lowdown on the stuff, and he says, so why are you somewhat in a panic? I said, well, for like $1,500, there's a 15-piece set on sale online. And there was a pause on the phone, and he says, can you get 2? Yeah, you can see where that went. It's like, yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, you also need to get 1 extra tool. I went, okay, what is that? And he goes, you must buy the hacksaw. Fucking right. So that's been one of the best tools out there. I mean, I'm on my third one. Don't care. Nope, that was that one. Okay. Yeah, so it was. I've been on my 3rd set, but mind you, I've had them for 12 years, 13 years, and some of these things have seen more abuse than anything else. And I do mean abuse. Used them professionally now for a lot of years. I think I've got like 36 or 37 tools through them, and about 20 batteries. Mind you, I am retiring batteries now. I finally have 2 of my original batteries that I'm officially retiring. They're just wore out. I mean, 13 years of abuse, and they're just wearing out. I can't complain. To me, that's fantastic. But, you know, what really surprised me is my drill finally died. And I know at the time it was like 12 years old. And I'm going, it no go anymore. It brokey. And so I took it to the to the repair center, and they took one look at it and went, "How old is this tool?" And I went, "I don't know," and look up the serial number. It still shows it. They were surprised by that, for starters. And then they went on that and went, "Okay, I forgot the frickin' pipe was up." There we go. Last problem. Did the combine already shut off? It did too. Swine. So yeah, this thing, it wouldn't go anymore. The chuck was toast. Everything was basically toast on this drill, and there was weird clunking sounds in it. It was the original brush motor, not the brusherless. Yeah, the guy looked at me and went, "I'm not even going to attempt to figure this one out." I went, "Really?" And he goes, "No." He says, "Go take one of the bare tool drills off the shelf and it's yours." What, really? And he says, "Yeah, I'm not going to attempt to repair this thing. I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do for you. Best we can do is just give you a new tool and hope that works out for you." But I looked at him and went, "I mean, I do appreciate it. Thanks, guys." And yeah, I wandered away that day with a brand spanking new drill in my hand, and just because the guy did not bother to even think about repairing it, it's just like, "Nope, just take one off the shelf. You're good." And I've actually had quite a few like that. But in my area, they also have a buyback program, which is freaking fantastic. So, as a corporation, despite how many low employees I have, as a corporation, with them, with the program that we have in our area, they'll buy back the tools for 25% discount for a new one. So I really don't care. I mean, if a tool dies and it's out of warranty, I'm fine with buying another one. But having 25% discount for a new tool? Sign me up. Any money that you save is a bonus. Like I said, I've been doing this long enough that you really gotta be penny pinching. I mean, I've been doing it long enough that you know that you have to be careful on what you're doing with your money. And I try to be. I try desperately to do everything that I need to. Just to stay above board. But I'm also the same kind of guy too, that I'll keep my employees busy and I'll keep them working and keep them paid, just to keep the good employees on. And I'd rather pay them than pay myself, just because I'm that kind of guy. And it has come down to that a few times. It's like, oh man, I'm getting low on cash again, but I'll keep the guys busy and stuff like that. And it's not like we're not working. We're always busy working. It's just the way our frickin' system just bounds the hell out of you is just stupid. Squeeze the little guy, squeeze the little guy, squeeze the little guy. Get tired of getting squeezed as a little guy. And yeah, maybe I'm a little bit too honest. I mean, I could charge for a lot more, but a lot of my builds and a lot of my construction and everything else, I just don't charge what I should. Especially if it's a older senior or somebody disabled or stuff like that. I tend not to. I have basically. It's almost like a mental block. I basically have set amounts that I will charge for them, and it's like, you know what? If we go over what we're doing, I just won't charge for it. It's just, it's unfair to them, and everyone goes, well, seniors have the most money. No, not really. I have a few of them that, like little things like changing light bulbs or things like that, I really don't charge for. I just don't. I just don't have the heart to charge them. No, I mean, if you've got like a Bentley or Rolls Royce out front, that's a little different. But most people have like an old beat up Ford Focus that doesn't have frickin' doors on it anymore because the rust is eating through it. Yeah, that's that's. I just don't have the heart to do it. Well, we've got our 2 rounds done, and I've actually got all the way back down the field. And I do believe that truck is empty. So I can probably do a dump. Good guess on where the header lined up, huh? That doesn't always happen like that. A lot of times you careen into the side of them and you go, okay. Alright, I'll do the same thing down here. I'll do that extra 2 rounds on the tops and bottoms so I can just go straight up and down. And yes, the Farming Sim 22 map that I'm on is a mod, and we are running mostly mods. We have quite a selection of mods actually, including our beer factory, chaff silages, so that's our staves. We got meat processing, we've got a refinery, we've got the mini BGA, the wells, a bunch of other stuff. We've got quite a selection of stuff that is after the fact. But our refinery also produces all the fuel that we need for, well, the equipment. So that's a added bonus. And we can also see too of how much we've actually taken off. So the purple is everything that we've taken off, and the orange is what still needs to be taken off. And contract wise, I think, well, we're only 30%. We do have a few others that we could do. Actually taking more of a full swath off this time. Unlike last time, showing you guys that I have all productions and stuff. Yep, they started to wander. Just like the real ones. I learned that the hard way. It's like, okay, well, it's running on GPS. There's really not much I can do. Except for the part when it blips. Where the GPS goes, and then all of a sudden it's, it gets off like a half a degree in for the probably the first 400, 500 meters. You don't notice it until you get to the nearing the end of the crop. It depends on which direction it went. Depends on if it did this or if it did this. And it's really special if it goes a few times down the field, because then all of a sudden you've really well, you've got a problem. It's you might be zigzagging, or you might be doing half moons. It really depends. It all depends on when it loses the signal on where you end up. Alright, well, we'll offload one more time in the grain cart. I'd be dumping half on the ground. Here we go. I have never done that actually in real life, but I know a guy that did dump nearly the entire hopper on the ground. Yep. All right. Actually, I wonder how bad is this going to be if I hire him? Oh, probably not that bad. Now we got 15,000. I do know I'm getting low on fuel. I have a pickup truck here somewhere. There he is. Oh yeah, that was the last spot that we looked. It was where we actually have our little biogas plant. And it just produces power. Its entirety is basically to get rid of slop and poop and stuff and produce power as passive income. And that's its entire purpose. And currently, I'm going to grab my fuel Bowser, and we're going to go pick up some fresh fuel, and then we're going to probably go and fill up the combine because it's getting low. I don't like any. It's actually basically like real life. Any piece of equipment that I've ever owned or have currently, I don't let get below half a tank. It's just, you run into so many potential problems when your fuel runs lower. So it's just, it's honestly way better to keep the tank full versus half full. So I always like to try and keep everything about half. I mean, do I run lower than half? Yeah, sometimes. Depends if I'm heavy hauling. Then depends on the mileage I have. If I'm running closer to, like if I'm within about 50, 60 kilometers and I just crack a half a tank, I know I'm going to make it. So it's like, yeah, screw it, I'll make it. I'll be there. I can do this. So yeah, no, it's not an issue. This is such the tiniest little road. And this dummy did all of his parting and roadworks like this. Alright. I have to unfold the cart? No, that's my truck. Right, I didn't think so. I have a camera with this one? Oh. Yeah, I do. It's like a backup camera for the friggin' trailer. Okay, that's like real life. I can't remember how much I have. I don't know if I have enough to fill this Bowser or nope, I don't. I have 2,900 in 55 liters. I mean, that's not bad. It's taken a lot of oil to make 2,900 liters of fuel. But I have done it, and it is fine. I think I might turn off the backup camera now. It's to the point of irritating and annoying. But backing up, that view, that's fantastic. There we go. So, rule of thumb, and this goes back to, again, experience. You always want your trailer as level as possible. You don't want it You don't want it like this. This is not good for your trailers. Or your axles. Or your wheels. You want them level as possible. That's just kind of a mental note. If you're ever hauling a trailer, you always want your ball and your hitch and everything to be in line with your trailer so that everything is within reason and normal. Whereas whatever normal equates to. Man, I really did get off there and loop. Oh yeah, there's pieces I'm missing, but we'll go back and clean it up after. I don't think I can fuel up on the run. Okay, can I get quasi-close? Yep, there we go. I said before, it's better to keep it more full than it is to keep it partially empty. And that's just the way I'm used to working. There we go. There's just something very wrong with screens like that. I just saw a little tidbit on one of them and going, okay. A little funky, but I mean, the more times it bends and twists, the more times you think it's going to break down and not function correctly. Alright, so can I crash and careen into things? Okay, we have a full frickin' tank now, so we're good to go. Okay, I'm gonna set this guy off a little bit more. Like that. Actually, he was really low. See if the tractor needs any fuel too. Because there's 29, there's 23. So he used almost 600 liters. It was a little low. Tractor-wise, not so bad. I think the tractor is sufficient. And yes, we will be streaming later tonight with more Farming Sim. It's just, I'm waiting around for that dreaded phone call to say that, hey, your stuff is ready to go, and that I broke again, and things like that. But, you know, I would seriously like to have my truck fixed. Yeah, there's a couple patches I gotta redo. I think I filled the truck up once, but I don't remember. Been a little while. Only 1,800 liters left. I would have to say, my stuff was definitely a little empty. Definitely a little bit empty. So I guess that, like, I'm not going to keep any fuel in the Bowser. That's another thing I don't do in real life or anything else. If I have any, like a slip tank or Bowser or anything like that, I don't keep fuel in it. One, it's too easy for people to steal it. And two, just potentially causes a lot of issues and friction and stuff. So, you know, it's a lot better to just get rid of it. Like, put it in something that is more solid. In this case, my big frickin' giant slip tank, but you can lock it, so it's like, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna put all the diesel fuel in it, and we should be fine. Okay, so we know the combine said he was full. So I am going to burn on down to the old combine here, and I'm going to offload him as fast as my tractor will take me, which is not actually as fast as one would think. Well, one, the tractor's not very fast, but I will tell you this for 100% fact. These tracks can't go much faster anyways because they like to spool off. Anyone that says, oh yeah, no, don't worry about it, it won't spool on you. Bullshit. And a lot of the only reason is, yeah, okay, your tractors won't go that fast. We know that. We get that. The only way they would spool off is if you hooked up to them with your truck and you burned down the frickin' highway with these damn things. That's what I've learned. I haven't actually done it myself. I've seen a couple people do it, and it's like, oh, we screwed up. Yes, you have. Okay, I can probably take this as a full load with the truck. Off I go. The only problem is with the big tires, you can actually get too close to the hitch and you can actually stall out. Or it does in the game anyways. I love the tracks. The tracks really do add to the game. I just wish they would stay in place until you like cultivate or something like that. That would be more ideal. Sort of, I think. Or as much as I'd like to think that. I know you need a beast of a computer to basically be able to do that, so you know it's like you're adding cache files and it adds up. But for the most part, my computer, as you can tell by the million frickin' mods I'm running, it's running fine. And simply put, it's because I've actually got a decent computer. Which is actually a bonus, because I can write it off under, I can write it off with business side, with corporate side, because I use it for all my drafting, blueprints, pretty much all that stuff. I can basically run it off of, for doing my renderings for the business side, and then the gaming side is just an added bonus. And everyone goes, well, you got a graphics card in your gaming computer. Yeah, I use it for rendering. I shit you not, you need to use it for doing all the heavy renders. Because, I mean, some of these are just insane. Kutush. The back part's already got part of a load. Oh yeah, I need to. There we go. And before anyone says this, yes, we actually run with cameras on our augers. We actually run with them on the combines too. That got rid of a lot of the main issues that we used to have with dumping grain on the ground. It's like, no, the guy can literally sit in the tractor and go, Okay, that's looking full. I can move ahead. Yeah, it's full too. Okay, we're good. Well, even to the point, actually stuck up. Well, I got this set up for my cousin. We got it all set up for him on the on his grain legs. So we get cameras everywhere in the grain legs now, and I set him up so it comes on a mobile LCD screen, and he can actually monitor how much grain is going where and in which bin and how full the bins are just by scrolling through and seeing the cameras, which was freaking cool. I had a lot of fun with that one. It's the small things in life. I like I said, I really enjoyed playing around with it and seeing what I physically could do. And in that term, I was physically able to do a lot for him. It's really cool. But his system is fully automated now. Like basically, when you drive up to the scale, because he's got. No, it's the scale's on the other side. Never mind. You don't drive onto the scale. You drive up the ramp. Drive past this little window controller thing. You put your card in. You punch in the code. And you've got a cheat sheet in every truck. You punch in the code to what you have. You go in there and it dumps it automatically. You drive away. And it automatically figures out, okay, from that code, I need to put it in bin 14 over there. Bonk. There it goes. It is so freaking easy to do. I mean, he spent a massive amount of money doing it, though. It's like, yeah, okay, this is huge. Like, I mean, huge. Huge undertaking, but it's so freaking slick. And it works in reverse, too. That is the really sweet part to it. So he can actually go back up on the ramp again. He put the code in, like he puts his card in, punches the code again, and instead of hitting the pound key, which is the unload, you hit the star key, and it loads you. And you basically drive on the camera inside the truck, because you have the mobile LCD screen again, and you can actually physically. Well, that's nauseous. You can actually physically see how much grain is going in, because it's got a little camera on the auger end, so you can see how much grain is going into your truck, and you can actually move your truck along in sequence, and you can even pause the auger via the LCD screen, and for how much grain you're getting in, if you only want to run like half carts or whatever like that, it's fine, you can do it. And then basically you take your card out. The only part that you actually have to get out of the truck is take your card out, and it gives you the weigh scale, tickets, everything like that. Off you go to the mill or farmer or whatever. So yeah, you boogie over, you go on there, you go patunk, and you're good, and all that, and it's like, yeah, okay, this works just fine. So yeah, no, we got her down to a pretty decent science and art. It actually works really well. I mean, we had problems at the start. Don't even think that we didn't. We had a lot of issues at the start to get everything to work right. I had cameras that didn't authenticate correctly. They basically ended up lying to you to say, okay, well, I'm camera 14. No, you're actually camera 2. I'm 14. I'm 16 now. Ugh. You stupid things. That's why I say it took a lot of effort. Oops. Get past it now. Okay. We're fighting each other. Why are we fighting each other? It's blocked by an object. No, no, you're stuck in me, dude. That's why I hate doing it on the run with this game. Okay. I think I might have enough. Slowly. Actually, what I could do... oops. How fast do you think? Oops. Trying to get the thing set up correctly. $11. Seem to be going just a bit too fast on 11. 10. 10's about the right. 10's about the right speed step. There we go. I think we've freaking got it. Okay, so that I could just launch off. Okay, I think we got it. Get out of the bean field. Okay. Which means tonight we should have this field done. We should actually be able to get it finished, which is good. I got lots of projects around the farm that I want to get done. Oh, there we go. The truck side is full. This side is just filling. Cool. There we go. Camera set again. So in turn, and I mean if there was any cultivating jobs or anything like that, we'd take it in a heartbeat too. This month alone, we're still down 129, but we've fought back quite hard. Most of that was the 553 for vehicle costs. If we actually owned the cotton baler, that would be insignificant. The cotton is pretty good. Speaking of cotton, let's take a look. So we're making, well, Bob's Needles isn't making anything, but the fabric, we can actually, I think we can spawn one pallet. Okay, we spawned an entire pallet, which means we can get Bob's Needles up and running. Bob's Needles, everyone. Bob's Needles. Where is my tractor? There's my tractor. This is good anyways. I need to check out my livestock. Oh, that appears to be pretty good. I look like a bunch of frickin' cats in there instead of that. Oh, hey! More of my trees grew. Okay, my cabin actually looks like a cabin now. That's awesome. I'm driving in my field. That's an oopsie. That's an oopsie doopsie. Okay, so he says. So, gonna go down, pick up the pallet of cloth, boogie over, and yeah, I can, technically speaking, I can buy this stuff. Do I want to? No, I'm producing it. Why would I want to buy it? So Bob's Needles. It's up here. Bob's Needles. It's got 499 clothes right now, but we're missing everything. So we need to go up, pick up that pallet. We need to haul it over to Bob's Needles. Bob's Needles has got a take cloth and make some weird freaking clothes with it, and then all of a sudden we can start selling it. Because the clothes themselves are worth a lot more than what this stupid freaking fabric or just straight cotton is worth. I mean, yeah, okay, cotton's worth about 3,000. I think it's worth 3,000. Let me back this up with some facts here. Cotton. Nope, it's actually less than that. It's about 2,300 per liter, or per 1,000 liters. So we go down here. Fabric is worth 4,000. Clothes are worth 11,000. You can see even with all the production costs, this stuff is still worth a lot more. This is one thing that I freaking love right here. Is having the ability to see the ends of the forks. Okay, that doesn't mean I can actually get it on there. Really? Apparently not. Alright. Let's try not the end. Let's try the middle. You know, how pallets actually work. I've skewered the ground. Well, yeah, frick. Like a glove. Many different kinds of colors. And we've got a gray, we've got a black, we've got a dark blue, light blue, white, yellow, green, red, and a brown. Like, that actually doesn't look bad. And we've made that all of ourselves. I like having the full production of things. So, having the ability to have a full production mode in a game is just fantastic to me. I know it's a simulation game, but being able to plant seed, take the seed, grow the seed to a full plant, harvest it, take it to like the spinnery. Spinnery makes bolts of cloth. The bolts of cloth that we now haul down to Bob's Needles will make clothes out of it, and then from the clothes we sell the clothes straight to the exporter. So again, we go from essentially $2,400 per 1,000 liters to about 4,100 with the bolts that are on here per 1,000 liters. So we've nearly doubled our price, and then from there we nearly we actually close to triple it. It's about 11,500. I think it's usually around 12,000 that it's usually sitting at. So yeah, so we've got actually got quite a bit. Oh, speaking of Bob's Needles, I just drove right past it. Yo, dude. Move. Alright. Plunk. And no, we don't get paid for these products. We actually just sell the main products once it's all done. Now I'm just going back to the other secondary farm. I know the guy's almost full, but I gotta take the tractor back. I'm not leaving it here. So Bob's Needles is now producing clothes. We're still producing wicked amounts of cotton fabric because we have 39,000 of it. Ooh, AI Worker J is done. I feel like it's like Men in Black style. I hire all the old aliens, I guess. Agent K, Agent J. Alright, zipping them back over. Guess I should think about hauling the milk pretty soon. I also need to put more straw in here. Since they're getting low. I'm gonna leave it here for now. Yeah, the straw's getting low. Hello, moo-moos. Hello, my moo-moos. Man, you're face down hard into that grass. I like it. There he is. Yep, spout's down. Where by the combine bee? On the other end. Of course it is. Why would I think it isn't? Oh yeah, right. Yeah, it might take me a while. Since I preset it. I'm actually still surprised I have not got a phone call or text from my mechanics yet. Okay, I know I brought another one. There we go. Nor have I had the go word, but I mean it's raining outside, so I'm pretty sure the go word means no. No on the combining. I'm actually kind of surprised though that I haven't got a go word for a lot of canola cutting. I could be out swathing right now. I mean, there's still a lot of farmers that do that. I know my cousins don't anymore. It's all combine ready, but I know a lot of them that still do canola. And I think I got my swathing mod fixed in this game. In theory, I should be able to do canola as well. I know my cereal grains I'm swathing. And in theory, if I read the swathing mods correctly, there should be 20% bonus in yield, which offsets the weeds, which actually... So you lose about, what is it, 18% off the weeds, and you gain 20% off your harvest, so you gain 2% bonus there. But I did manage to get the weeder done a bit, so I don't have near as much on the weeding side to do. Oh yeah, we easily tonight, easily we'll get that done. So field 26 is still sitting there. 87, we don't want to talk about. 111. So there really isn't that much left for contracts to get done. There's field 44 and 111. One sunflowers, one soy. 111 is soy, which is the one we just saw down here. And what was the other one? 90? No, 44. Where the... Yeah, I've played this one for... Oh, it's right there. I've played this one for like 106 episodes. One would think I would be able to remember where the field locations are. Nope, not at all. I can't remember anything. The fact that I've had 106 of them, and I have 47 and 58 through 65, 37, 38, and 35. The rest of these I do not own. I cannot afford the 3 million. It's kind of like, bit out of my pay grade. This might actually be enough in my grain cart to actually go dump this. Possibly, anyways. Alright, we can go to the nauseous view. It really does actually help to know where I'm dumping and how much is in there, though. This is also a long field. And I do own this tractor. This is not one of the leased equipments, it's actually mine. And I will be getting rid of more and more of my leased equipment as time goes on and just start buying them out. That way, it's not costing me so much for leasing cost. Because I think it's some of them are like $1,000 per hour type thing or stuff for leasing cost. When they're sitting around idle, it's not so bad. But when they're not, it's a bit expensive. So I think I might, with the tractor, as soon as this guy dumps and I dump the truck, we might head over and do. Apparently I'm a little close. Guessing by the tractor hopping. Yes. So we might also go do the milk. Take a look and see what the animals are doing. They need water pretty soon. They are good for food. These guys are good. These guys are lower on food, but still fine. There's a lot there. 13,000 liters going to last a long time. Holsteins definitely need more straw. Definitely need to put more straw down. Food-wise, 125,000. We're good on the food. 2,000 in milk. And we can get rid of the slurry once we ever decide to get a slurry tank. Wonder if I can get a tank for my one truck, or if it's just a standard hauler. Even if I have to do a couple loads, who cares? Couple loads of poop. I think we're probably getting close to 40% trucked right now. There we go. Bump it, bump to bump. Next one, 37. Like I said, we've got to be getting close to that 40%. While we're looking, let's see what we can find for slurry tanks. We got a standard one there. Don't need anything super freaking big, I don't think. Like, I mean, 95,000 for that. Yeah, I mean, sure, but just like dumb curiosity, we've got I've got the big boy truck. Come on, yeah, down there. Could lease him, but what does that tank do? Does that tank haul poop? Can it haul poop? Not telling me anything right there. Silage. That looks like manure. That looks like slurry. What is slurry? What is the picture definition of slurry? Yeah. Yeah, probably just go like this, because they'll give me the picture like this. If it has slurry on it, it should, because everything is considered on here. Total mix ratio is that picture. Das Poop slurry. Slurry is that. So, yeah, the tank should work. I mean, that's a wicked freaking truck, by the way. Guess I could go in debt again. But then again, a cart would do. A cart would be suffice, I guess. I could do that. And worker J is just about full again. That picture. Yep. He's full. I'm not sure where he is, but he's full. No, he's somewhere. We know he's somewhere. He is somewhere. Where somewhere might be, I don't know. Oh, we're only on the morning of day 2 of October. There's 4 days in each month that I have for the gameplay. So we do have a chance to get more monies back. So hopefully by hauling Das Poop, we can actually make a somewhat of a profit with Das Poop. And I was like 3/4 of the way down the frickin' field waiting for him. And why is he always on that side? Can I ever dump him on this side? I mean, I feel like he's a good 1/3 of the way across the field, so... or half. You gotta remember, I did do a couple of rounds down the outside edges. Alright, we are dumping good there. So, going back to it, we could use the truck or we could just get a slurry tank like this. 37,000. It doesn't haul much, but we then again don't really need it to haul much. We're just hauling it. And I probably could just run it with the truck, actually. So 15. Let's just buy it. I'm just going to take this guy out of the field where he's combining, and then I'll go up with the truck and just pick it up. After all that, I can just run with the truck. Even the milk cart. My truck is here. The truck is... yeah, we'll do the Das Poop first. Most things I can actually run with the truck. And this thing does 240, so... like, Sayonara Speed Demon. Except for that frickin' bump. I feel like buying the highways just to fix that. Simply overshot, 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 overshot. Okay, I went through the trees. It's a good thing it's off-road truck, dude. Alright. See how much this little wagon really likes speed. So far, not much. Kinda likes to wander a little bit. So let's really test it out. Let's give her the beans and see if it can handle it. Ultra lightweight tank. Well, Tankwagen. You think maybe it's German? With the Tankwagen? I think it might be. Actually, at speed, it seems to track better. Okay, well, I'm hitting this less than I normally do. Oh, 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 oh. Cart does not like that. Cart does not like that. It might be a little bit too light. It's ultra light. It needs to be heavier. we'll fix this by putting poop in it. Also is the drifting wagon. So we actually have some clothes being produced again, so that's a good thing. So we will need straw at some point, put back in. I'm assuming this is the poop filler. Yep, here we go, raw poop. Oh, and it is thick and juicy. So we're gonna take this baby down to these guys. These guys are gonna take slurry. And they're gonna produce power. So once we get it going, we'll make this a active thing. It'll be red right now, but and then it'll make digest, which we'll sell. 8,700. So I mean, this is a good hefty haul. Yeah, it'll make some power. Like, we got the digest to sell, and we got the power that it'll sell. So, in theory, we should make a little bit more of a profit. Like, I mean, if it covers the 37,000 so far for the power bill, it should work. And then we should be able to go right here. And dumpy. Yep, there we are. So it costs 2,400 per cycle, but production costs per month are 60. Or 2,400 cycles per month, and does $60 in cost. That's not bad. So here's the part that we don't get to see. It'll produce 200 slurry, will produce 60 digest, and it's producing digest already. And it automatically will sell 180 power and 1 propane. And I don't know if there's actually anything that here that is equivocal that on here that will tell me what it's worth. I know there's road salt and stuff like that, but we should actually be alright. Yeah, of course, that's my freaking field too. Okay, little wagon sucks. You know what? I'm just going to leave the wagon here. That way I know where the poop wagon is. It's basically beside the thing that eats the poop. It goes, om nom nom, that tastes good. I'm going to produce power and juice for you. Which is good, because then, in the end, I should make some sort of passive income by selling my poop. Now I should be able to go back here through my neighbor's yard and grab the milk cart and haul it to the dairy, which, yes, I also own. And at some point, oh, I need to, oh, he is full again. 2,400, that's a lot better. there's a grain cart here somewhere. Is he behind me or is he in front? Oh, he's way in front. Okay. And I think we're going to probably end it here for right now. Like I said, we will be back on tonight with more Farming Sim. So we can, I think, get this field done. Then we can also work on a bunch of other things and get all the production and all that fun jazz done as well. Probably might start on some forestry because we got all the woodlot to take out, and I may plant another woodlot somewhere else, maybe by the oil derrick that I have. Get rid of that for all the grass and just have a little forestry area in there. That'd be fine. And whatever seed we do, right? I'd probably do like poplars and birches more or less or poplars and aspens or something in there. I haven't decided yet, but we probably go something along that route. And get rid of the woodlot on the home base. And all of that would be, I think the biogas actually. Biogas takes silage. I don't see any wood chips. It does potatoes, like sugar beet straw, potatoes, sugar cut. It does a whole pile of stuff. And it's already produced 107 digest. That's pretty good, actually. Trying to think what else uses the wood chips. I don't think my stave doesn't. It uses chaff and stuff like that, but not. I guess wood chips are basically just at the exporter. Wood chips. Norris Market also sells it, or buys it. So $6.29, $6.36. I mean, that's not bad pricing for a bunch of wood chips. What about wood in general? Just straight wood, $1,800. Wood chips, wood. We might just cut up the wood and haul it. That might be the thing we do. It's just we might need the big truck to do that. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, we will be back tonight with some more Farming Sim and see what mischief we get up to then. I thank everyone for coming and watching and hanging out for a bit. And I did get a text message too that saying my truck should be done by 5, so I should be able to go in there and get pick that up. So that's a positive. And like I said, next week we'll be gone for next week for a job, so that'll be gone. But yeah, I always say, you can hit the subscribe button over on YouTube side, underneath the video in the Husker in the bottom right corner. He is determined that he is the Bean King, so smack him upside the head, push that button, and maybe he'll smarten up. And of course, you can also over on Kick hit the follow and also the subscribe button there as well. $4.99 gets you custom emotes and a bunch of other stuff. Got to work on that at some point, but we'll get there. And of course, you can also make sure to like and share to all your friends and family, as it helps us grow. And we will see everyone tonight later on. Take care and thanks for watching.